Hello and welcome to a brand new version of Steve's Stories, now with more old-timey.
Did somebody say old-timey?
Yes, I did. I said old-timey.
Oh boy, this is sure gonna be great. Oh.
Now you just have to tune it to the right radio station.
Ladies, tired of drying your hair with the same old vacuum cleaner? Try Avon Shave brand new Beauty Locks portable hair
That's
dryer.
not it. That's just some song.
We know now that as human beings busy themselves about their various concerns.
No, that's H.G. Wells' Wild Wilds. Oh, that's why. I need to grab the old-timey tuning out. Ah, there we are.
Those of you just now tuning in, tonight's subject is...
The reason why baby girls wear pink and baby boys wear blue. The story begins centuries ago. And now to your host. Please welcome Stephen Bonner.
The story begins many centuries ago and is less about why parents choose to dress their baby girls in pink and their baby boys in blue, and is more about what happened to gender-neutral clothes for children. For hundreds of years, both boys and girls would wear very dainty white dresses until about the age of 6. And that wasn't necessarily to keep their clothing gender-neutral, but more about practicality. You dressed your baby in white cotton dresses and white cotton diapers because that was easily cleaned and bleached. And we all know how dirty kids can get, especially babies.
You don't say. I'd like to know more.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
In the early 1900s, we first started seeing gender-specific colors for babies, but it was the reverse of what you would think. Little baby boys would wear pink, and baby girls would wear blue. This was because at the time, pink was considered to be a stronger color and thus for boys, and blue was considered a more delicate color and more suited for a girl. In fact, in 1927, Time magazine printed a chart that showed sex-appropriate clothing for boys and girls according to sales of major retailers across the country, and the retailers' sales all showed that pink was the most popular color for boys and blue was the most popular color for girls.
So it's totally different than today. When did it switch?
That's a good question.
And then the switch back to what we see today started gradually from about the 1930s onward. Blue clothes became slowly more popular for boys and pink clothes for girls. But then in the 1960s, the trend started to change again during the women's liberation movement, which was an anti-feminine, anti-fashion movement. And the unisex look began to become all the rage again.
But unlike having just a white dress like it was in the past, now young girls were dressing in masculine or at least unfeminine styles. And you can notice this the most during the 1970s when Sears actually removed all pink toddler clothing from their catalog for 2 years. The thought behind this, at least with the anti-feminist movement, was that if we dress our girls more like boys and less like frilly girls, they're gonna have more options and feel freer to be active and pursuing a bigger role in society.
Well, that's the business.
But then the trend shifted again in the 1980s when all of a sudden, most expecting parents could know the sex of their child before they were born with ultrasounds and other methods. Almost instantly, retailers began to market to these expecting parents, and they did something that would really solidify the girls wear pink and the boys wear blue for the next several decades.
Oh, now I'm really riveted.
They began to add extra accents to the clothes. So, for example, a pair of blue overalls for a boy would now have a teddy bear with a football on it, and it would be marketed directly to boys. And for girls, they would add little flowers or other what they thought were feminine things to pink clothing and market that for girls.
But what about today?
And then we jump ahead to recent times, where all of that just is kind of going out the window right now. And we're back to gender-neutral colors for a lot of situations. So like yellows or greens. And there's less focus on the sex of the child. And so there you have it. The main reason why girls wear pink and boys wear blue is because retailers found out that that was an easy way to market their products to you.
That really explained a lot there, Steve. Good job.
Well, thank you, me, in some old-timey voice.
Did you just say old-timey?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's the business. And just because I know there's some people out there who really love this song, I'm gonna have to play it one time.
That was Steve's Stories. That was Steve's Stories. That's Steve.